some dating advice.
Yeah, let's
Ready?
jump on into
All
it.
right, here we go. She says, "Hi, Brock. I need your help. My sister thinks I'm trying to steal her husband. We've all been friends for years, but as of late, my brother-in-law and I have gotten really close. Probably even more than my sister and I. We spend a lot of time texting and hanging out at family gatherings, and my sister has brought it to my attention that it really bothers her how close we are getting. However, she does not want to bring this up with him and just wants me to stop being, quote unquote, so friendly. I promise there is nothing going on between my brother-in-law and I. I've told my sister this, but she says it still makes her feel uncomfortable. I don't want to lose my sister over this, but I also don't want to lose my friendship with my brother-in-law. In your experience, do you think there's anything I can do to make my sister trust me? Should I bring this up with him? Any insight will be great. Thanks for what you do." And like I said, that's from Clarissa. Let's get a gut reaction first.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that.
For sure. So, yeah, in weighing the significance of the relationships, your relationship with your sister is priority number one. It should be. Probably the only reason that you even know her husband is because of the marriage. So, yes, your sister comes first. And you always need to show respect to other people's marriage, regardless of if it's your sister or not. If this was a friend asking you to kind of back off a little bit from their husband, you would treat that with the same respect. Doesn't matter how good a friend you are with the husband or not. You need to take the other person's concerns very seriously. And this being your sister, like her concerns are extremely valid. Now, I'm going to say this. Everything that you're doing interaction-wise is what if the roles were reversed, you would be concerned with yourself. The amount of texting, the amount of face-to-face interaction, even if it is just family gatherings, whatever it might be, would make the most confident person feel slightly triggered by it. So I think it's really important that we're able to kind of back up just a little bit, look at the way that we're interacting with somebody that is in a committed relationship, they are married, and see if our relationship with them is slightly inappropriate. Even if we don't think it is, the fact that your sister, the wife, thinks that it's inappropriate is all that matters. Nothing else matters. Doesn't matter if you think that you're being inappropriate or not. The fact that she thinks that's the case, that's all that matters. You don't need to be weighing anything else. You don't need to be getting opinions from anybody. You do not need to be talking to the husband and trying to get reassurance from him. If you want to talk about violating some trust and some parameters, that's the way to go about it, and that will likely damage the relationship with you and your sister faster than anything. So my advice to you is to, yes, back off just a little bit and just a little bit and just a little bit, and hopefully he's going to take that as, okay, maybe we do need to like reassess the way that we interact with each other through texting and face-to-face interactions. And here's the thing is, like, once you do this, I think it's going to show to your sister that you respect their relationship, and that is actually where trust begins, is with mutual respect. So this is a test of your respect for your sister. Pass that test, and she'll likely give you just a little bit more of a license to have that friendship that you're wanting to have, that I am sure that you do value with him. But make sure that the relationship with you and your sister is kept at a peak level of respect that has got to be maintained at all costs, because if you damage anything with your family, it's so difficult to repair those types of relationships.
No, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what happens if there's a little bit of question from him? Because as far as we know, he doesn't really understand what's going on here. It's just a sisterly talk thing. So now she's going to back off. He might not. He'd be like, say, hey, what's going on here? How should she respond to that?
So whenever somebody gets married, the dynamic becomes them and that partner. It's not them and their kids. It's not them and their friends. It's them and their partner. So if he were to ask you, hey, why are you kind of backing off? That's when you say, I think you should talk to your wife about that.
Yeah.
And that's you being as respectful as possible. That's you trying to get out of this triangle situation that you're kind of in, and reaffirming that they need to have that one-on-one with each other, because she's trying to do this as diplomatically as possible by talking to you and not him and making it a huge thing. She thinks that, talking to you, her sister, who she trusts, will honor and respect her requests. So you need to do the exact same and show her honor and respect for her marriage.
And to me, it does seem like eventually the wife and husband should discuss
for sure.
this, for sure, especially if he's being blindsided by all this,
Of
because he
course.
might not know that he's crossing lines or making her uncomfortable.
100%. And here's the thing: is like she probably doesn't want to come across as insecure. She doesn't want to tell her husband who she can and she can't talk to, especially a family member. That can be so tricky. Like, hey, don't talk to my sister. Like that already sounds tricky as it is. But yeah, that's probably why she doesn't want to talk to her husband about it. And I don't judge her either way, wanting to or not wanting to. Like it's a very, very delicate situation. And Clarissa, you need to respect your sister above all.
Yeah, that's the big takeaway here for Clarissa is to mind your sister's respects and would grant her wishes.
Yes,
if she wants
100%.
And then we can go from there. Brock, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. Of course, thank you to Clarissa for writing in. You guys out there listening, you can do the same, and Brock will tackle your question too. Send me an email, Gino, Gino, at WDODradio.com, and we'll get it on the air here. Of course, you can use anonymous. You can sign whatever you'd like. We're all about keeping secrets here, or at least keeping the identities of our secret. And we have some fun. And, of course, don't forget to follow Brock on social media. That's brockolson.com. Of course, you're on Facebook and Instagram, and you're everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate the time, Brock. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gino.